me as I am, a tender, gentle, radiant lamb. Pure light, love, the smile of you. You take it in, you smile too. Together we break out in song and sing our love the whole way long. Honey, 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 oh, in my heart big and wide, my essence cannot hide. You see me as I am, a tender, gentle, radiant lamb. You are like love, smile at you. You take it in, you smile too. Together we break out in song, sing our love the whole day long. Honey, 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 oh, honey, 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 oh, honey, 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 oh, honey, 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 oh, honey, 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 honey,
Good morning, CSL. Good morning. We are the fierce but mighty. Right? We don't need all the rest of those shenanigans. Yes, thank you. Good morning. Our good morning musicians to Corey and David. Wonderful. All right. This Wednesday night, my favorite even song. Everyone is welcome. Yep, 7 p.m. So come for candlelight and beautiful music. Jeff is out today for Talking Stick Review Board, but Nina has graciously, there's Nina, and so she'll ring a little bell a little while after fellowship, so if you're staying for Talking Stick Review Board, it'll be beautiful Nina today. Our Course in Miracles study group will meet this Wednesday. They continue to meet the first and third Wednesdays at 5:30. And coming up, if you did not see, that our next date night outdoor concert is August 22nd with Genevieve Rose Mitchell. We are going to take a minute here. We're going to say our mission statement together. Take a deep breath. We recognize and realize the omnipresence of divine love as the truth of all.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the rush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
in this quietness, in this stillness, I invite you to rest in this silence, to close your eyes to the outer world and accept with me the perfectly divine pattern of manifest life itself. And I recognize Spirit as truly the only life there is, the one power, the one presence, the unconditional love, the creative substance of the universe. And knowing that Spirit is my life now, moving in and through and as me, I am filled with joy, peace, love, harmony, wholeness, and perfection. And as this is true for me, this is true for each and every one. For each of everyone, each of you are an expression of the divine in fully manifest migrants of expression, each unique, each divine, each perfect in itself. And it's from this place of peace, of wholeness, that today we celebrate the wonder of life. We look with kindness into the eyes of all, seeing their unique expression of spirit. We undertake with passion what is ours to do, releasing any hindrances of false beliefs. And in this moment, the highest idea of life is unfolding as our life. We are guided, directed to our highest good, into expressions of health, abundance, harmony, peace, and goodwill for all. For this is our purpose. And we accept this expression and express all that is given from our highest nature into our magnificence life. The request in the prayer chest and the desires of your heart are divinely unfolding right now into the wholeness and perfection of life itself. Any seeming blockages fade into the nothingness, and Spirit nurtures, sustains, and maintains the highest and the best resolutions right now. Infinite possibilities of the goodness of life is being revealed right now in perfect divine timing, in perfect divine perfection. And our service is blessed today. Our volunteers are blessed as they serve. Our staff is blessed as they serve. For this divine light of love shines from each and every one here for the greater experience of all who come. So each of us today is a blessing for the other as that love flows freely amongst us and into the world. And so in great gratitude for the blessings of today, for knowing the wonderment and the awe of God in each and every moment, I give thanks for this magnificence, for this awareness, for this utilization of this one and only beautiful life. Releasing these words into the law, knowing it is already so, we join together, and together we declare, and so it is.
Holy Spirit within, help me to bloom into all that I am. Help me to love the ask for beauty in myself. I ask for beauty in the world. I ask for beauty in all of humanity. Holy Spirit within, help me to bloom into all that I am. Help me to love the whole of the world.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you feel there's blockages in your life keeping you from the magnificence of this beautiful, wondrous one life that we have, please put your concerns in the prayer chest just down the stairs to the left, and the practitioner on duty will be doing affirmative prayer for you this week, giving you the support that you need to bring about a greater magnificence in your life. From Jack Canfield, if you can tune into your purpose and really align with it, setting goals so that your vision is an expression of that purpose, then life flows much more easily. And from Ernest Holmes, it is the business of soul to reflect the images that spirit cast into it. Soul is the medium through which all law and all power operate.
Well, every now and then we get a sort of a bedtime love poem from love itself, from God. And here comes that personal poem just for you, and for you, and for me, for each of us specifically. From that presence of love of God inside of you and me. So you can get your bankies ready. And at the end of the song, if someone's laying on, they're resting their head on your shoulder, you'll know why. Just kind of wake them up a little. Oh, my love, don't cry. I'm with you here inside, It's vast as an ocean. Sleeping child, don't dream we're apart. Dream your eyes are open. Open your eyes. Precious one, everyone, you're not alone, you're not forgotten, you're coming home, rest into yourself. You're the one I'm waiting for. I'll patiently wait at your door, and when you're ready, open and be free. I hold you here in my heart. It's vast as an ocean. Sleeping child, don't dream we're apart. Dream your eyes are open. Open your eyes. No more pain, no more tears. Come to me with your fears and give them up. Surrender into love. Remember who you are. You're vaster than billion stars. You're everything you could ever want to be. I hold you here in my heart. It's vast as an ocean. Sleeping child, don't dream we're apart. Dream your eyes are open. Open your eyes. Open your
Beautiful, David, beautiful. All right, we are privileged to hear Reverend Veronica Valles, guest speaker at Agape CSL in Frisco, Texas, and the stars are coming back. So.
So agape, how I love my agape, bringing joy into life. So I know we've hugged, all right, everybody's hugged, but I also like to recognize the presence of God, because this is what makes us different, and not different, but this is how we practice spirituality. That when we look at one another, we actually stand in the presence of God. So just with your heart, anchored in your heart, your breath in your heart, take a look at the people around you, but with eyes that are soft, that see the brilliant luminosity of each person. Whether you like them or not, see God, all right? So spend a moment, just look around, take a look around the room. If it makes you uncomfortable, be in the uncomfortableness, all right? Just be present. Because how often do we go out into the world and we actually don't stand in the truth that we see God? So, anytime, I'm first of all very grateful that Lee invites me to speak, and I just listen to Spirit, because Lee's like, speak whatever. I'm like, okay, let me tune in. And so several weeks ago, I was just kind of walking and I kept hearing, what is your original purpose? What is your original purpose? What is your original purpose? And it's a little different than who am I? Because I absolutely understand that, there's this infinite one that we call God, this infinite mystery that we call life, and that each of us is a unique expression of that. But we come into this world with these personalities and these forms, but our soul has an original intention. And it gets a little confused in this world of, material. This is the body of God. But sometimes we get stuck in the personality, or stuck in the appearance, or stuck in the condition, as opposed to appreciating that this is the way that God shows up. So original purpose. So I was walking with that because I was having a conversation with someone, just sharing if you look at the timeline of your life, especially in America, we define ourselves by success with materialism, with results. And for me, I had to look at my timeline of the evolution of my consciousness, of the growth of my life, of the journey of my soul. Now, I've known since I was a child that I was a God girl. I was this, 5-year-old singing to the divine. I knew that I had this awakened presence to bring people to God, whatever this greater reality is. And the way that I express it now is different than in my childhood religion that I appreciated. But I have this fundamental understanding that part of my purpose is to shift consciousness, my own first and foremost, but all of life. But someone was talking to me about, well, where are you at financially, and what are your goals, and what are your intentions, and all those are great, because we have a life path. But what happens is that I had to stand in, but what is my original purpose? What is my soul's expression to be here? What is real success? Because for me, the fact that I'm standing here is success, because 20 years ago, I was in the midst of a long-term illness. So I walk, I listen, I tune in, I listen to clues, and all of a sudden I put on Super Soul Sunday, and Oprah's talking to Jack Canfield. And the minute I turn it on, he goes, success is fulfilling your soul's desire. I go, bingo, that's what I'm talking about. And Jack Canfield was beautiful in that his whole conversation about success principles is like, are you living your soul's purpose? Perfect alignment with what I was speaking with. So he shared with Oprah the way that you know that you are living your soul's purpose because you feel alive. It is that thing inside of you that brings joy. It is that thing inside of you that's aligned with all that you're being in the world that then affects the doing in the world. And he went through his whole history of, going to college and then being a teacher and moving into this education process and then recognizing that he had something greater to share, and then how Chicken Soup for the Soul came together because he listened within. He tuned within to what his soul's purpose was. He said, I'm here for love and joy. I'm here to inspire and teach. And that he did it when he was teaching, high school students, but his whole evolution of his soul's purpose kept taking him to a different place, a different space. So when him and, I forgot the other guy's name, Mark Victor Hansen got together for Chicken Soup for the Soul, he said it was like the spiritual download, like he could feel it, all right? They knew that there's something there that was beyond them. And so they take this book, they take this idea, their literary agent couldn't sell it to anybody. They go to this book fair, 144 rejections, literally nobody got it. Nobody got it. And he just knew because that whole actual title of his book came to him in a meditation. The world is feeling sick. What did you used to have when you were little? Your mother made chicken soup. So it was Chicken Soup for the Soul. And people are like, well, that's not a good title. And nobody's going to read that. And nobody's going to, buy this and that. But he listened to his soul's purpose. He listened that this was necessary for the world. found the one publisher. The one publisher had an idea of like 25,000 books. They had an idea of like 150 by a certain time period. But his whole purpose became that he was living in his sole purpose of inspiring and teaching. That success for him was no longer about the results, but it was about how he was showing up in the world, how he was living his soul's ideal, how he was aligned in his joy, how he was being his authentic self and expanding that to everybody that we meet. Because how often do we hear from our parents growing up, or I see it with my nieces and nephews, like, well, this is a good career for you, I think you should really do this, and you see people that they're not using their gifts, and you can tell because they're not joyful. Now, I've been in New York City. How many people have been in New York City? Have you ever seen those traffic cops? Every once in a while, there's that traffic cop, and they're doing this whole thing, They're living their soul's purpose. You're watching them radiate joy and love. I've been to the store where people were not happy being there behind the counter, and then I've encountered people who were such radiating love beings, blessing me just because I bought, some groceries. When you are aligned in your soul's purpose, you feel alive. Every ounce of your beingness is pouring forth joy. It doesn't mean there's not going to be challenges along the way. Oprah even said that. She goes, yeah, you hit the bumps, but you know that you're doing what is yours to do in the world. And it shows up differently when you tune into who am I? What is my original purpose? What is my original intention? How do I express that in the world? And that becomes your GPS. He even said that joy becomes your inner GPS. So I have this great friend, Heather Mackey. When we worked together, she and I would have these deep, metaphysical conversations. I miss Heather. And we were just talking about, the photography that I love to do, teaching, the evolution of, how I went from the film industry through a long-term illness, then, at Centers for Spiritual Living. And she goes, you know what your 3 words are? Express, create, teach. I'm like, damn, that's good. Express, create, teach. And I started looking at my path, the different jobs I had taken. The ones where I was the happiest, I was in my soul's alignment. The ones where I was not happy, I was not living my soul purpose. I was not in my original intention. Now, when we move into that space, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're bringing forth your gifts, you're bringing forth your purpose. You feel people when they're in their original purpose, all right? But you have to stand in the truth is, who am I in this life God asked me to be? How is it showing up with my unique gifts? What are my key words that I can stay aligned in? And then you can stand in the yes for your soul. You can stand in the yes for your original intention. You can stand in the yes for your expression, and then you can stand in the no thank you to everything else. Because if it's not in alignment, you're not going to be what I say in your God groove. You're not going to be living your truth. You're not going to be doing what your soul's here to experience and express, and it will show up in different ways. Now, my other great, she doesn't know she's one of my mentors, but my other great mentor is Elizabeth Gilbert of Eat, Pray, Love, Signature of All Things, and Big Magic. And her whole thing is she knew at 15 that she was a writer. She knew it. She goes, I don't need permission from anybody. This is mine to do. So she went to college, got her liberal arts degree, but when it was time for her to get out of school, she said to her parents, I am a writer. That's great, honey, as long as you can pay your bills. All right? And so her whole thing is, I didn't need permission. I did not need permission to be anything other than that I'm a writer. And she talks about how she worked as a waitress, she worked as a bartender. Even on her 4th book, she was still working those jobs. She goes, this was my day job. I went home because it was my soul's purpose to write. So how often do we deny ourselves what is our expression? How often do we say, I don't have time for that? So the other day, I mentor kids and I also do mindfulness meditation. And so part of my creativity is writing, but the other thing is photography. I just love photography. I feel like I'm capturing the beauty of God and I've got to share it. And it was like, I go to Doctor's Hospital for a walk, and I was going to go for a walk. I looked outside and go, oh, it's foggy. The lake is going to be fabulous, So forget the walk. I got my camera, ran out to the lake, but I had to watch my time. Because I did have an appointment with a 2nd grader to mentor him. But what I found is that when I'm in the presence of something so magnificent, I can feel my heart expansive. I can feel this joy pouring forth. And then when I share it, I can feel that I'm living my soul's purpose. Got to my mentoring on time, did the mindfulness with the 4th and 2nd graders. But what I recognize is that if I don't honor those moments when my soul needs to create and express, I'm not living in my joy. There were years that, things were just a little too busy and I wasn't writing the way that I used to write, and I realized I felt like my soul was dehydrated. I wasn't living to my full energy and my full potential. So how many of you feel that you are living your soul's purpose? Just be honest. Oh, I love that. You can tell that this is a New Thought Center. But how many are you willing to explore it? How many of you willing to move in and dive into who you really are? Because here's just the whole fundamental thing. What we are doing, whether it's our job, is great. It's how you get to express. But you have to tune into, what is my original purpose? What is my soul's expression here to do? How can I benefit the world? Because Jack Canfield even said it, we are always in service to each other. When we fundamentally realize that this is how God shows up, each expression is authentic. Each expression is unique. Each expression is necessary. It's like a spoke in the wheel. We all must come together for our highest good, and this world indeed will be brighter and lighter. So what I invite people to do is to go into that deep place of your beingness. Think of it as a spiral. So you got your personality, you got your body temple. This is like our little temporary car, all right? You got the things that you like, all right? We have our ego. Think of your ego as the steering wheel, okay? You got to have it, because imagine getting in your car, you don't have a steering wheel. It's like, well, how am I going to drive, Because sometimes we negate the ego, but the ego serves the soul's purpose. The ego is there to be led. So just imagine that this is the way that God shows up. This is the divine, Mercedes, whatever, Cadillac, whatever it is that you want to express. And where is it that your soul is wanting to go? Wanting to be. Take away time, take away personality, take away condition, you have God. So what I do is a spiral meditation where I'm starting here. Here's the material realm. This is the body of God. This is how God co-creates. This is how spirit shows up, beautiful. But here's my body, but let me let go of my body. Here's my name, ethnicity, male, female, let me let go of that. Here's my mind. Let me let go of that. Here's my emotions. Let me just release it for a moment. And then I get to that core. So we're going to do that together right now. Are you willing? All right. So I invite you to take a deep breath, close your eyes, get comfortable, and just follow my prompts. Listen with your heart. Be grounded in that your higher self, your divine self, your authentic soul is speaking to you. But imagine we're in the spiral and it's just slowly moving. So just take a look at what is your body. Take a look at your body. Take a look at your family, the way that you showed up, whatever nationality, whatever ethnicity, your name, and now let it go. Imagine just like in the fog, it's dissipating. Remind your ego it's still in place, because the ego might get a bit like, oh, what are we doing? Where are we going? Just release, breathe into it, let it go. Release personality, release name, release body. Now imagine everything that moves in your mind, your thoughts. These are just mental constructs of this human perception, but just let it go. If something comes up, just say, okay, I see you, but release, breathe deeply, let it go. Any thoughts about who you are, any thoughts about what society says you should be, let it go. Now spiral down and letting go of your emotions, anything that you may be attached to. Just like you're just letting go, it's just dissolving. You feel lighter and lighter. As you spiral, you're going into this pristine place. This place of love, this place of light, this place of the infinite joy that is your absolute original essence. And when you get to that place, just be in the expansiveness of it. And with eyes that see, but not the physical eyes, but the eyes of your divinity, ask your soul, what is my original purpose? And just be in that. It may be one word, it may be a few words. They are always positive. It could be a quality of God. Imagine it like a diamond that is being presented to you, the gift of your soul's purpose. It is yours for expressing, it is yours for being, it is yours for serving the world. And you will know it is yours because you feel alive. You feel that energy, that vibrational frequency that is your soul frequency. This is the I am that is your life. Now take a deep breath. And imagine as we spiral, we're slowly coming back into, yes, here are my emotions. Thank you. This is the way that I get to express in my humanity. Spiraling up, here is my mind. Thank you for the thoughts. These are like my compass in the world. They get to lead me to different places. And come back into your body, your personality, the name that you were given, because this is how you express on earth. And take a deep breath, anchoring whatever it is that came into your actual inner view as your soul's purpose. Take a deep breath. And now say, I am. I am. I am. Take a deep breath in and slowly open your eyes. So when you're living in your soul's purpose, when you're living in your divinity, when you're expressing your higher good, your power, your essence, your truth, you enter into the room with a vibration that is saying yes to God. You enter into this life with that knowingness that is God expressing in, through, and as you. I have this one quote from Palmer Parker that I love. He says, before you tell your life what you intend to do with it, listen for what it intends to do with you. Before you tell your life what truths and values you have decided to live up to, let your life tell you what truths you embody, what values you present. You are the way that God shows up. You are the way that the universe says yes. Are you willing to stand in your soul's purpose? Can I hear a yes? Are you willing to live in your light? Yes. Are you willing to be the love even in the midst of darkness? Yes. I'm not saying it's always going to be easy, but what I am saying is it's necessary. And that you've come into this planet to live your original purpose, to let joy lead your day, to be alive in your full expression. That when someone else says no, I know my truth. I know my soul's purpose. Thank you, but no thank you. When someone says, well, what? That's a crazy idea. You stand in your holy, sacred yes, because God never gives you a dream, Jack Canfield said, that you do not have the capacity to fulfill. I absolutely invite you to live in the dynamic expression of your light. I invite you to tune within, to inquire within, to absolutely stand in the truth and listen through meditation. Your intuition is your permission slip. We don't have to ask permission from anybody, anything, to be who we are, to live our life, to dance our truth. Your intuition, your life is the way that God says yes. Are you willing to dance in the yes? Because it's necessary. There's so much in the world. I know I bring this up every time I'm here, but there's so much in the world because people are not living their soul's purpose. People are lost in separation, fear, and condition. It is commanded upon us to live our light, to shine our light, to stand in the truth for not only our children, but for everybody. Because you're like this light bulb that comes on. And the minute your light bulb comes on, someone's like, what is she doing? What is he doing? Look at Steve Curry and his music. Imagine if Steve never shared his gift. Imagine if he said, you know what, being an artist is like kind of hard. I don't think I want to do that. Stand in the glory of who you are. Live your soul's purpose. Shine your light. The sun never argues with its own light. The stars never compete out in the universe. It's time for for us to look at God in ourselves, look at God, at everybody we meet, and know that we are living our soul's purpose. We are living our soul's intention, and be that mirror to people who are lost in the darkness, who are lost in the doubt, who are confused by condition. Embody it. When we do the exercises together, I invite you to do that at home. Embody it. Because when you live it, when you be it, you believe it, and you actually show the world the possibilities of living in your divine glory. So I just invite you just to take that in for the week. Take your soul purpose, create like a personal statement, let it be your intention, and let yourself just be aligned. And if something is not in your God groove, no thank you, all right? And when you hear a no, just know that there's a divine plan. There's a higher purpose. There's no timing in God. There's just God.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do. Everything I am is you. Everything I know, everything you know, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every starshine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I know, everything you know, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I know, everything you know, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I know, everything you know, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I know, everything you know, everything I know is you.
Whoa, that was quite some message. Okay, now is our time to consciously participate in that law of circulation that is just circulating all of that magnificence of life. So if you'll take your gift, your tithe in your hand, and just know with me that this is my participation in this world, in this universe. For I am the receiver and the giver of the abundance of the universe as I take my place as an extension, as an expression of the divine. And our affirmation, I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can walk through everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, higher and
go out, making a world that works for all in our church, our community, our nation, the world, and into the universe. And so we just give thanks for this continuation of the law of circulation. And so it is.
With a grateful heart and a grateful mind, I offer this sacred prayer. Thank you.
Wonderful. So welcome to anybody who is here for the first time. I don't think anybody is. So if you haven't been here in a while, which I think you all have been. But anyway, welcome. Fellowship downstairs. Great conversation. Coffee and tea. Join us. We might be able to take debit or credit cards. We'll have to see how that all works. I mean, I could, but can I? So if you need that, I'll be in the office here for a bit. Prayer requests, again, Lou, our fabulous licensed science of mind practitioner, will take your prayer requests. So down the stairs to the left, beautiful box. If the bookstore isn't open, I'll open it. I know what key is. So if you'd like to shop for a minute, do so. I think that's about it. What did I miss?
And our center here, and Shannon and I would like to thank all those that came to our dinner for 25. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's nice that we got to sort of all create that together. We co-created that together indeed. So thank you so much.
All right, our monthly contemplation, we will say these out loud together. Ready? I honor the journey of my soul and the lessons it teaches. The opinions of others can no longer confine me. I release the habit of seeking approval, and I choose self-trust instead, and so it is.
I release and I let go. The spirit of my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for my God. The more struggle, the more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for my God. I release and I let go. I let the spirit of my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. The more struggle, the more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Okay, our closing affirmation, here we go. I am a unique and essential part of